Hey everyone, Sober Caddy, Jay Staples, SoberCaddy.com, and you know what I always talk about: vulnerability, authenticity, and connection. Getting feedback. Well, we thank you for that. I thank you for the feedback and the questions and so forth like that. And I guess we don't talk enough about connection. So you know how easy it is for me to kind of skip over connection. I mean, it was probably I don't know where I didn't like getting vulnerable. I did not like getting authentic, and I did not like getting connected. But it's just those things that those three things I didn't want to do that I ultimately did that's got me to an incredible life and in long-term recovery and active, and all the blessings and miracles that are attached to long-term recovery have come true in my life. And you know, but that doesn't mean that it's, you know, just because I got through those obstacles and those hurdles that I don't have to do it for the rest of my life. Long-term recovery is about a daily maintenance program, doing the same things over and over again, you know, to increase that spiritual connection we're talking about. But you know, everyone says there's a lot of ways to look at it. You know, in the fellowships hall, the fellowship rooms, they'll tell you to get inside the middle of the room. You know, don't get on the outskirts. It's easier to get to leave when you're on the outskirts. In the middle, you're surrounded by people, and it's a lot tougher to go unnoticed once you're leaving and so forth like that. But you know, this goes back to, you know, finding a support system, finding a sponsor, finding a true support system that knows everything about you. You know, going back to getting vulnerable and getting authentic. They know the real you. My support circle knows the real Jay, and they do that because I continue to get vulnerable with them. It wasn't just all at once, but through the whole process of long-term recovery, going out to, you know, meetings, going out to dinners, calling them up, doing 12-step calls, speaking, going to H&Is, taking meetings to the jails, taking all those other things. Those all got me connected to my inner circle. And so what I always tell people, you know, the people that supposedly are your best friends or your sponsors or anything, like if I would call them up right now, would they know everything going on with you in your life right now? And more often than not, the people that I'm working with and so forth like that will say, well, you know, he doesn't know about this and he doesn't know about that. How is it? How is it that we're keeping stuff away? Like, you know, my support circle knows pretty much everything about me. And if they don't, they hold me accountable and they say, why did I not know about this? Why did I not know that you're going through this and all that, so forth like that? You know, you have to become the real you, because you can't get connected if you're playing one of your many characters. You just can't. No one's going to find that true connection. And if you find that true connection, you only know it if you had it, you know, and so forth like that. And so find that support circles, getting in the middle of the room, finding a home group. What we call a home group was a meeting that you go to pretty much every week and so forth, and you don't miss it, and you're active in there, and you take meetings outside, and you take, you know, do 12-step calls or whatever it may be. You're held accountable to show up each and every week, or a couple times a week, or whatever it may be, and those guys know exactly what's going on with you because you continue to show up and be accountable to them. And so if you continue to suit up and show up, I don't know how crazy I am with all these sayings, but if you keep showing up to a place and being held accountable and find these support circles, that's the biggest thing. Families, on the other hand, we want you to do the same thing. And so that's one of the things that, you know, it goes back to the family thinks that all we got to do is get their loved one sober or in recovery and all their problems will go away. That's not true. Families, there's a group out there, there's support systems out there that are going through the exact same thing. You're not unique and so forth like that. And so I make sure that the families are held accountable too, and they find that support system and they get connected to that support system, and they drop this uniqueness that their lives and their families are all unique, and that, you know, no one's going to know truly what's going on with them. Get connected. Be open to being held accountable. That's what long-term recovery is. it supports it and it grows long-term recovery. SoberCaddy.com. Visit me at SoberCaddy.com. For all your questions and stuff, we work directly with families. We love hearing from you. And if you have a loved one or you love a loved one that's going through substance abuse and mental health,